finally here. Our new season. We are
Yeah,
back, baby.
back and better than ever, man.
NFL is back. I don't have to hear about the preseason. I stay away from preseason. I really do. I
yeah,
don't.
I don't like preseason. I mean, yeah, I
Why do you
don't.
have preseason? Why
You
can't the
know,
teams go offense versus defense, call it as it is, and then just play the game?
I think they should just go right into it. I mean, the college football does it. Why not just go right into it? I mean, we don't need it. We could have extra
No.
weeks. You know what I'm saying, to prepare for the Super Bowl. I mean, let's just get into it because then you start playing the starters in here, and then they get hurt, and then it's just screws
Yeah.
things up. And it's like, come on,
It's
man.
something happens, like okay, people get hurt here and there. Like Travis Kelsey got hurt on Tuesday. Doesn't look like he's gonna be playing on Thursday. All
Right.
right, but his ACL, I think, or MCL is still intact or whatever. So there's a lot of inflammation going on. At least that's the report that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But like there are guys that have gotten concussions during preseason that got stretchered out. I mean, that's a big concern. I mean, there's a lot of investment to try to get these guys getting ready for the season. And I asked
Mhm.
myself, is it really that important to play a preseason game? I mean, what are you doing during practice to get ready for the game?
Yeah,
You
and
know?
then you got those players that hold out, and then they don't play preseason at all. So it's like, are they
You
not
know,
really missing out or anything?
those are the guys that ruin it for everybody. You know what I mean? It's like I'm a firm believer, Luke. You got a contract, fulfill your contract. You're not happy, then get the hell out. Somebody else is gonna do you a favor. You know what I mean? And you can't pay millions of dollars unless you're spending a lot of money. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that your name, you got champion on there, man.
Yeah, well, that was from the wrestling podcast, from the Hard
Oh
Hitting
yeah, yeah. I
Wrestling
thought you trying
Show.
to rub it in because I know you won last year. You
No,
had a better record than me. I mean, towards the end of the season, the league got larger and larger,
yeah,
and
dude.
I think you clinched like at week 12, and only there's 17 weeks. But but this
But
is gonna be a different season. It really is.
I can't fault you. I can't. I'm not gonna really gloat over it because, I know you very well. Okay, and sometimes in life you have to take chances and risks because it's the NFL. It's any given Sunday. You can't also automatically think that just because the team's favored, they got the better record, they got a better roster, that they're gonna have a better day.
Right.
Anybody can have a good day on that Sunday. So,
Mm-hmm.
you took a lot of risks, a lot of chances. I kind of picked up on that. I get you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, I'll pick on you too. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if we was to ever do a tag team NFL picks, I wouldn't have
Oh
nobody better on
man.
my side than
Oh,
you on my
oh,
side.
here we go, baby.
That's
Well, I
it.
tell you what, before we start doing our picks and sports betting and stuff like that, is there any two teams you would like to go face off in the Super Bowl this upcoming season?
Looking at the everybody how they revamping themselves this year. This is going to be a long shot. This is, but yeah, I do have two teams that I would like to see. It'll be, I
Okay.
think for me, it'll be fun. It'll be an interesting Sunday for
Mhm.
a Super Bowl. And I think it will be San Francisco and Jacksonville.
Oh my God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have not spoken to this guy. I never asked him this question. I hate you once again
Well,
because San Francisco was mine. I was thinking about Jacksonville because nobody is talking about Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is going to have a spectacular year, probably an MVP season.
right,
And they got the easiest way to get to the playoffs because they're in the AFC South.
right.
But
Yeah, I agree.
outside of that, I got a gut feeling that if the Baltimore Ravens stay healthy, that it'll be the Ravens versus the 49ers and it'll be a rematch,
Yeah,
but it'll be without the Harbaugh brothers. It'll
right.
be Jim Harbaugh. I think that's Jim, not
Yeah,
John, right? John is in Michigan.
yeah. No
Jim
Ray,
versus
no Ray Lewis, no
no.
Kaepernick, and all that. Yep.
But I got a feeling that this is the year for the San Francisco 49ers. I really do.
I agree. I mean, they're looking at the NFC. The NFC is not to me stacked in any way like the AFC. It's almost like you can narrow it down the NFC with one hand, you know, hands down. The
Right.
AFC, you got to use all 10 fingers and your toes and
Mhm.
whatever else you got to count, because it could go either way there.
So I want to say a big shout out to Dennis Carnes because we got his offensive coordinator with the New York Giants. So he's like, welcome you two from the Bills #2 team. Um, you might be looking at the #1 team, the way the AFC East is handling their business over there. But absolutely, thank you, Dennis, for supporting us and everything else. But let's get down to business, shall we? Because this
Yeah,
is week one, and this is probably one of the hardest picks because you never know what you're gonna get, right?
yeah, yeah,
All right, so here we go.
definitely.
All right. I know that on the screen has the over under and the spread, but we're going straight up tell you who's going to win, who's going to not win, and everything else. But you know what, Hector? You have been the defending champ. So I'll let you start the way. Detroit Lions at Kansas City Chiefs. The first game of the NFL season starts this Thursday.
And what better way of kicking off with the defending Super Bowl champions? This is going to be exciting. You know, everybody in the world is going to tune into this game to see the defending champs come back at it. I know Kelsey's a little banged up, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a factor. You still got Patrick Mahomes. I think that just answers a whole lot right there. He knows how to make something out of nothing, and he's proven that over the last couple of years. Give me Kansas City to win this game over Detroit.
I agree with you. Detroit Lions are 1-4-1 the last 6 seasons when it comes to game openers. Kansas City, they're undefeated. They've always won their game openers. This should be no different. However, they're going to do it without their offensive coordinator because Eric Bieniemy went to the Washington Commanders. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious to see how much of the offense are they going to be better or are they going to worsen themselves without the offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy? So
Yeah.
duly noted on that one. But yeah, we both got KC on this one. Let's jump over to the games for Sunday. Now, this is if I'm not mistaken, right? This is the eve of September 11th. So this weekend, the NFL will honor the lost loved ones from September 11 attacks and everything else. So, of course, we can't forget about that. Um, but the Panthers versus the Falcons, this game is very interesting to me. But I'll go ahead first on this one. I'm picking Atlanta to win this game. I like Desmond Ritter, but I'm a big fan of Bijan Robinson, who is the rookie that's going to be the starting running back. I think he's going to run all over the Panthers on this one.
I agree. I'd say Atlanta's going to win this game. It's going to be interesting to see because Carolina is set to debut their new head coach and their quarterback combo. So
Right,
how
Bryce
well,
Young.
right. So how are they in sync so far from the people from this preseason? I know it's not a lot of time to get ready and all that. So with it being in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I'm going to give the slight advantage to the Atlanta Falcons, the home team on this one.
All right, and Dennis Carnes agree with us. Falcons is at home. Absolutely. Let's see if that rolls, right? The Bengals versus the Browns.
Okay,
You're
well,
up.
look, I'll take this one. Look, I'm taking Cleveland. Okay,
God damn it.
because Joe Burrow has a losing record over the last couple of years against the Cleveland Browns. I mean,
Ah,
I'm not gonna sit here and say it's all because he sat out the preseason, and all that. No. It's not even has to do with that. The Bengals seem to always start off slow in the beginning. They don't seem to have any kind of rhythm. And Joe Burrow does not have that winning formula against the Browns for some weird reason here, you know. And so I think Cleveland is going to wind up pulling this out. I think so. And just continue the Burrow bashing, I would say.
Well, I mean, they have a slow start, but they always find a way to finish strong, right? But
Yeah,
I'm with
yeah.
you. I'm interested to see how Deshaun Watson is going to play now that he is starting the regular season week
Mm-hmm.
one. Last year he was suspended throughout the halfway through the season. I think if I'm to say week 12 he came back, right, to
Yep.
go against his own team, the Texans. I tell you what, if Nick Chubb doesn't rush over 100, what is it? Yeah, over 100 yards and stuff like that, controlling the game. I don't know what to give that will help out Watson, but I'm taking the Bengals in this game. Absolutely.
Okay,
The
so
Jaguars versus the Colts. I listen. No one, everyone's sleeping on the Jaguars. I don't know why. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne Jr. running back. They got Calvin Ridley, and Ridley is coming back from suspension, 1 year suspension for gambling. The Atlanta Falcons didn't want him no more. Okay. Even Ingram, the guy used to be a New York Giant. This guy started playing better. He's being coached better. Then you got the Indianapolis Colts that Jonathan Taylor doesn't even want to be in this team. And then they're starting Anthony Richardson as a quarterback. Come on, man. What are they doing? And they got a new head coach. Okay. And we just talked about Frank Wright, who went over to Carolina, left the Colts. Now you got this guy who was, I think, is the former offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry, man. This is a disaster waiting to happen for the Colts. I'm taking the Jaguars.
Look, this is a division game, so Jacksonville is going to have to be very careful with this. But either way, Jacksonville wins this game. I mean, you think about how they finished off the season last year with that big comeback against the LA Chargers, and then they gave everything to Kansas City, rope-a-doped them until they finally fell. I think they just pick up right where they left off at, and I think they're going to run away with this division almost by mid-season, honestly. And
Absolutely.
it's going to start here with the.
I think it's still, I still think that this team is going to give hell to the rest of the AFC. I really do. All right, Tampa Bay versus the Minnesota Vikings.
I don't trust Tampa Bay. I don't trust Baker Mayfield. And even though, Minnesota, look, last year we picked them both. We both picked them to win the division. They had a great season. It's just like, I think they just can't seem to get out of their own way. Minnesota could be better than what they stats really show, because weren't they negative in a points takeaway or something like that?
Differential, but I tell you what, they won most of their games by less than one possession.
They were 11-0 in one score games. It's like, how do you do that?
Until they met the New York Giants in the playoffs and all she wrote, right? Look, I got you. They got Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, probably one of the best wide receivers right now, right? But they don't have Dalvin Cook. No, they must have not seen eye to eye for some reason. I was left shaking like, okay, they're moving on from this guy. They must got somebody good at running back to take over, right? And then they got in defense Danielle Hunter, who led the team in 10.5 sacks. I could see this guy getting at least 3 sacks against Tampa Bay. And Baker Mayfield's a quarterback, and then their backup is Kyle Trask, and they don't have no other quarterbacks on that roster.
No.
Okay. Mike Evans is already pleading that he'll finish out his contract, but he's planning on leaving for a better team. What does that tell you? I'm going to tell you this right now. The head coach of Tampa Bay has never had a winning record. Never had a winning record until Tom Brady did 1 year for him. That's it. Other than that, he was a former head coach. What's his name? It doesn't matter what his name is. He used to be the head coach of the Jets. Terrible. He's a terrible. I'm sorry. Tampa Bay is going to finish last place. Vikings will win.
It just seems like it's over before it even gets started for Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. The Titans versus the Saints. This game is very interesting.
Man, you're talking about interesting, and I like it starting off this way, because I have New Orleans winning the division. I'm just going to say that. However, this game, to me, I don't know if their defense is going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. I know they're at home, but I think if they just get a heavy dose of Henry, this game is going to be a long game for the New Orleans Saints. And I just feel like Tennessee is going to walk away with this game, but maybe by a field goal. Honestly, it's going to be a close game. But
so I think Tennessee.
I'm taking Tennessee to win this game.
And you just started saying you picked the Saints to win the division. Yeah.
Well, see,
I don't pick the Saints to win the division. I got the Falcons winning the division.
Okay. Well, that's another story for another time.
Oh, I'm telling you right now. You open up the can of worms. I'm telling you right now. The Falcons are winning that division.
I don't see that happening.
David Carr, dude. I'm sorry, dude. He's gonna have a moments where he's A game, and he's gonna have his moments that he's gonna just turn over the ball. And then you can expect Michael Thomas to be all that, dude. He missed the whole entire season. Is he ready for the NFL? Most wide receivers, yeah, again, most wide receivers skipping a year, or they're never the same coming back. I'm just saying. But Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins is with the Titans. That's the difference maker right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day, I think, for the New Orleans Saints this game.
All right. San Francisco versus Pittsburgh. It's a good game. This is a good game.
Either this is the second or third consecutive year they got San Francisco flying all the way across country just to play a game that doesn't seem to even that's not even fair to them. Because last year they opened up in Chicago in a raining, muddy field, and look what happened there. Now they got them flying all the way to Pittsburgh this year. It's like, can the 49ers catch a break? You know, can they just start off at home? I mean, I think they deserve that much, but oh well, it is what it is.
Maybe they're away and they finish it at home at the end of the season. I didn't look at their full schedule, but so what you trying to say, that they're not going to win?
No, I think they're going to come out winning this time. I think they're going to go to the Steel City and they're going to put a whooping on the Pittsburgh Steelers. But you never know.
Listen,
you never know what Mike
Brock
Tomlin might
Purdy.
have.
I mean, listen, I'm curious to see if he still got that arm strength like he had. Can he execute right? George Kittle. They got Christian McCaffrey as a running back. Deebo Samuel could play both running back and wide receiver. I'm expecting San Francisco 49ers to make it to the Super Bowl. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm still rooting for my Giants. But if you look at the roster, the completed roster in the NFC, San Francisco looks like the team to go all the way. And, of course, I'm going to have everyone debate about the Philadelphia Eagles, whatever. I don't care. I hate them. But Pittsburgh, they got Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris, wide receiver Allen Robinson, which is going to be beneficial for Pickett. Pickett's a good quarterback too.
Yeah.
You know, look, the spread is 2.5 in favor of the 49ers, meaning, and the over-under is 41. This game is going to be a close game.
I would not be surprised if Kenny Pickett outshines Brock Purdy quarterback for quarterback in this game. Not saying that they're going to win because I'm picking the Niners to win this game, but quarterback for I mean, Kenny Pickett, I think Mike Tomlin is molding him to be that next big thing in Pittsburgh. And so watch out for the Steelers.
So, and I'm glad that you said that because Dennis Carter says do not sleep on Pittsburgh offense, but then don't fall asleep on that Pittsburgh defense because they always had a defense. It's just, can they stay healthy? Right. Because they always find a way to get hurt, missing some pieces, and it's not like they get blown out or anything. Like, they always have a winning season. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season since being the head coach of the Steelers.
Right. He flirted with it, I believe, last year, but he didn't finish with a losing record.
So I originally had San Francisco, but we got a lot of things in common. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go for the Pittsburgh Steelers in this pick.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm not going to say you're crazy because I even thought about that before this show even started. I'm like, could Pittsburgh pull this out? They can. They really can.
It's week 1.
Yeah.
It's week 1. Anything can happen. All right. And besides Dennis Carnes, he influenced me into picking the Steelers, by the way. All right. The Arizona Cardinals at the Washington Commanders. I was about to say the other name. I'm still used to it. But it is what it is. And I spelled Washington wrong, so I missed the S on that one. It's okay. We'll move it on, though, because they're going to go hoo-wah to those Cardinals.
This is probably going to be the most least interesting game of the week, and I wouldn't be surprised anybody show up for this game.
So Sam Howell got the starting job. I mean, he's the guy from North Carolina a couple years ago, right? But offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy is going to see how well can he do with this organization, and can he finally, after this one, be able to have a head coaching job? I don't know. But over under 38, that's not good. That doesn't mean it's going to be a high-score game. And Arizona, new head coach, I mean, Murray's not even playing. He's on the
No,
POP list. So I'm taking Washington Commanders to win at home.
it's a lost cause for the Cardinals. I'm sorry. It's just like I said about the Buccaneers. I think it's already over before they get started for this Cardinal team. You just give me Washington to win this game.
I think they got Joshua Dobbs. I think he's the starting quarterback. Many people don't know him, but he's playing his sixth team in his career. So
Yeah, he was recently acquired in the trade. Yeah,
all right. All right, the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens.
give me Baltimore.
I take Baltimore, and I also take Baltimore for the highest points of
The week.
the week. So if you're playing fantasy football, you know who to pick. Somebody got
Yeah.
Odell, right? Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have him. Yeah.
Green Bay
he,
at
probably,
Chicago.
he probably was their first pick of overall pick.
Oh man. All right, the
You know-
Packers have won 8 straight games against Chicago, but of course that's all with Aaron Rodgers, right? But this is Jordan Love's team, and Matt
Yes.
LaFleur got him for a reason, and whether it pissed him, Aaron Rodgers off, whatever, it doesn't matter. He left to the Jets, but Green Bay, I got Green Bay winning the division. Come on, man. Jordan
Wow.
Love is going to be all right, and I think
Oh,
Jordan Love is going to play better than Justin Fields. I really do.
Okay. Well, I'm
I
not.
mean, look, Fields could run. He's a dual threat quarterback. I got it. But Jordan Love got a lot of support. Aaron Jones, the running back, he's going to do good. I know that Chicago picked up DJ Moore, and I know everyone's talking about, oh, this is good for Justin Fields. I'm sorry, but I'm just not a fan of any quarterback coming from Ohio State. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Okay? I'm taking Green Bay. Who you got?
I'm going to take Chicago on this one. I got to see exactly what Jordan Love can do. I mean, don't get me wrong. He has a very strong offensive line. He has a running game he can lean on, but I got to see something from him. At least Justin Field, I've seen something out of him. I see what he can do and what he's not supposed to be doing. But I'm going to take Chicago. I mean, look, this is going to start a whole new rivalry between these two. Fields and Love is going to be around for a long time. So that's going to start this rivalry all over again. So it's not going to be the same Packer Bear,
Right.
but it's going to be a new version of it. But I'm going for this one. I'm taking the Bears at home on this one.
Okay. I like it. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles at New England Patriots. Eagles have won the last 2 visits in New England. Jalen Hurts is coming back. They picked up DeAndre Swift from Detroit. They got AJ Brown. They got this rookie from the University of Georgia named Jalen Carter to be the defensive tackle. This guy, he got it going on. On the other side, the only news is Mac Jones. Can he play?
Who? Mac Jones. You would think, I mean, seriously, Philadelphia's got a sour taste in their mouth after what happened in February. So
It doesn't matter, man. Their coaches are gone. Offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, they all took head coaching jobs, man. Jalen Hurts did them a favor. Now what? What else you got? Who are these people? Who are making these decisions? I'm still taking the Eagles.
we're going to find out what they're going to be made of, but I'm taking Philadelphia to win this game.
I'm staying safe. Eagles.
Yeah, it's a safe. I think it's a safe bet.
All right. This is one of my favorites. And we better have some differences on this one. So go ahead.
Well, I think we already got some
It's
differences.
Miami versus the Chargers. Who you got?
I'm taking the Chargers.
Fuck, God, come on. Are you serious?
Yes. I can't
No.
see your notes. I can't see your notes. I mean, I'm
Come
sorry.
on, man. The reason why I picked the Chargers, Justin Herbert and Quentin Johnston, I think there's a good duo. All right. And what I'd say is, I know he's a rookie, but this dude is 6'3", 215 pounds, coming from TCU. And look, home field advantage. And don't get me wrong, man, this is a hard choice because Miami got Tua, they got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I got it, but there's just something. This is the season for the Chargers to shine. Every year they're getting better and better. It's almost like that crawl, walk, run type deal, right? I think I said that wrong. Did I? Crawl? Yeah, no, I said it right.
Yeah.
Crawl, walk,
Crawl,
run, right?
yeah,
I think
crawl,
the
walk.
coach is more educated in management. I think everybody is growing around Justin Herbert. They got to start right now. This is the
Yeah.
game.
And look,
So
I'm looking forward to see what Kellen Moore can do with that offense, you know, to see what he does. I think he was pretty good. I think he is still pretty good, and so we're going to see if he can do a better job than what Joe Lombardi did as offensive coordinator. So I think the Bolts.
all right, the Rams versus the Seahawks. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm picking the Rams. Okay.
Oh.
Matthew Stafford is returning. He's healthy. Cooper Kupp may not be playing this game, but I still think that, yeah, all right. Geno Smith had an awesome season, but all right, the game's over for you, bro. There was a reason why you was always a backup quarterback. You did good. I got you, but it's not good for Seattle this year. Sorry. I don't know. I'm picking the Rams.
Oh, wow.
Dennis Carnes calling them sea chickens. But
Wow.
yeah,
I'm lost. I'm lost for words there. I really didn't think you was going to go that route. I got
I'm
Seattle
going
in
that
this
route.
game.
I love it. That's even better.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, you really got me speechless over here. Like, I can't catch my breath. I need some CPR. Seriously. I mean, I get it. The
I
Rams,
like how you said that word. Seep. You had to stretch that first letter.
that's C. Like, shh. Yeah, that's C. That I just don't see how the Rams are going to win this game. I don't.
Why
I know
not?
they got a young team. I get it, but
You doubting
think
Matthew Stafford?
yes, I am. I think they're in
Okay.
rebuild mode themselves. I think between them and the Cardinals, somebody's trying to tank now.
But the Rams are always good on the road in Seattle. If it was at the Los Angeles Rams, I might just pick Seattle because they always play good on the road. That's how the relationship has been between these two teams.
Yeah, I get it. That's what it is. A division rivalry. I get it, but
yeah. You know what's the division rivalry is this game because this is probably the hardest game to pick out of all of them. The Raiders at the Broncos.
You think so?
Who's worse? Russell Wilson or the whole Raiders defense? I don't know, man. They both sucked last year, so what's up now?
Well, to me, it's just a 1.5 team race in that division anyway. And you see what I say? I 1.5 team, right? I mean, I'm just going to go with the Broncos on this one. I mean, I think the matchup should be fun between these two. I think Russell Wilson would do it just enough to win. I know he hasn't had a solid career there in Denver, but I'm going with Denver on this one. Just give me the horsies.
Is Garoppolo playing?
Does it really matter?
Yeah, it does.
You think so?
Yeah. Garoppolo.
I don't think it would matter.
Relationship with the head coach because he was his former offensive coordinator in New England. There's a reason why they got him. And Josh Jacobs returning, signed 1-year deal for the Raiders. So he's gonna play. He got paid. But then on the other side, what kind of quarterback is Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
So I go blind on this one. I'm picking the Raiders.
Yeah, I just go half blind. I'm going with the Denver Broncos.
I'm like that guy, one eye. I'm just looking at it with one eye. I'll get that guy. That guy looks like me right now for this game.
Like a pirate.
All right, Sunday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. I'm already wearing the gear. I am waiting, and I don't care what Dennis Carnes says, all right? We're not the second team Bills. We are the G-Men. Taking the G-Men. I don't care. There's nothing really I need to say about this.
Well, going back to that comment about the Giants being the number 2 Bills, look, Shane knows what he's doing, okay? He knows where the talent is at. He knows where to get the talent. So why not go where he's familiar with, okay, and try to build a winning team? Okay, not saying that other teams have that formula for the Giants, but if you can pick it up from Buffalo, yeah, and everybody makes fun of New York being, calling them the New York Bills or the Buffalo Giants, whatever. I don't care. But if they're willing to go where they know they can try to win, with Shane and Daboll, then they're going to do what they have to do. So what? And I think the Giants have the pieces falling into place perfect right now.
Surely,
Okay.
but surely, yeah. Little
Yeah,
by
they
little,
do.
they are. I'm not
I
saying
mean,
that they're ready for a
no.
Super Bowl contending team, but you know what? The way they played last year, nobody had the Giants going to the playoffs. They had them buried, and they proved everyone. Matter of fact, they got one win, one playoff win. That's more than what we bargained for. Okay. Um,
And all I'm hearing is that all that was just a fluke. The Giants are going to get back knocked down back to reality this year, and it's just going to be another disappointing season for the Giants. Look, I think Dabo knows what he's doing. He's taking his team in the right direction. I'm not just saying that as a Giants fan. I'm saying that as a football fan. Okay, if you're not going to put no respect on these Giants, you're going to have to start pretty soon. Okay, because Dabo's not going anywhere anytime soon, and Shane is not going anywhere as a general manager. All they're doing is building, and they're looking to the future here. Like Fat Joe said, I'm going all the way up. And that's all they're trying to do right now. Okay.
yeah.
So the Cowboys are a 3.5 point favorite, but
Go ahead, man. I'm just jamming to all the way up.
look, we're at MetLife Stadium, Sunday night football. The crowd's gonna be electrifying. And that's just gonna be the first night of 2 nights at MetLife Stadium. So I think New York Giants are gonna pull out that win. Yes, the Dallas defense is solid. I get it. Blah, blah, blah. But Dak Prescott to me is not an elite quarterback. I'm not sitting here comparing him to
I don't
Daniel
know, man. I
Jones.
think this is a bounce back year. I know as a Giants fan, I'm going to root my Giants, but this is a hard game for the Giants. Cowboys
is.
usually come to MetLife and handle
Always.
their business.
They do.
You know,
That's
every
the
year.
Giants. That's the Giants' Achilles heels is the
Right.
Dallas Cowboys. They
And their
always find
tight
a way.
ends always find a way to beat up on our defense. Always.
Always. But I
Yeah.
think our defense is strong enough and tight enough to put pressure on Dak Prescott and try to get to him. We're gonna have to. Are we gonna have to worry about the Cowboys
Prescott
defense?
better
Yeah,
not be breaking ankles. I'm just
I
saying.
get it. Micah Parsons is going to be a thorn in our side come Sunday. I get it. If we don't get that offensive line to protect Daniel Jones, but the good thing is Daniel can run that ball. He knows how to protect that ball. Okay, unlike Dak Prescott, we put pressure on Dak Prescott. This is going to be a one-score game at the end of the fourth quarter, and I think the Giants could be the one winning this at least by a field goal. So
All
give me the
right.
Giants.
Okay. Lastly, Monday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets.
You're talking about night 2 in MetLife Stadium. I mean, why even pack up and go home? Just spend the night and just stay there.
You know that at MetLife Stadium, those of you that haven't been there, two teams play there, Giants and Jets. So when it comes to merchandise, all they got to do is turn it around.
Yep.
That's all they do. Because on Sunday night, you see Giant stuff, right? But if you look back, right, on the shelves, the Jets, they're there. And all they do is flip it around. And that's exactly what they're going to do. However, the Buffalo Bills are going to win.
I agree. Look, I know there's a lot of hype, a lot of big hype with Aaron Rodgers and him bringing in a few players, to help him out on offense. And they should have a pretty decent defense. But let's not sleep on the Buffalo Bills. They're just like, even though Buffalo is getting rid of a lot of, they're losing players to the New York Giants. Okay, they still seem to be a very great team. Okay, and they're always going to be that contending team. So you can't sleep on that. Okay, I think Buffalo comes out winning this game. So
I'm a little bit shocked here though, because Dennis Carnes is a Bills fan, and a Bills fan writing this comment right here. Going with the Jets. I think Roger carves up Bills soft on defense. Dude, I'm not even sold about. I'm not even sold with Aaron Rodgers right now. I'm not. All the hype and everything else, I'm just not sold. I'll wait till like week 2, 3, or 4, or something like that. See the team develop. It's not like there was much to go on in preseason to see that the Jets are ready to be playoff contenders. Aaron Rodgers is just a name right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a name.
On paper, they look like they can win on paper, but you got to go out there and play the game, And so that's what's going to give them that challenge, that pressure to try to go out and try to dominate the Buffalo Bills and try to dominate that division, because there's not a 1-team or 2-team race in that division.
Well, who's going to win though? A New York team is going to win this game.
That's exactly right. And look, you know, I can't fault him for going with the Jets on this. You know, 'cause he may be seeing it from a football standpoint as a football fan. You just
Right.
can't automatically think that your team is going to go 17-0, and you have to be real about it. So I respect that, you know, in his comments, because honestly, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to pick my Giants for the next 17 weeks, because
I
that's
will.
not realistic. Well, you go right ahead, and that's how I'm going to beat you, because I'm going to show you
You
what's
know
real.
why? Because that one time I had one loss, and it was the damn Giants that actually won the game when we had a losing season. You remember that, don't you?
I remember.
15-1. Embarrassing.
Yep, and it was the Giants who made you lose.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. This is our week 1 picks. Thank you for joining the All 4 Downs NFL version. And once again, Heck V, I'm Obi-Wan. Tune in next week when we to discuss our recap and week 2 schedules. Thank you. Gotta love some football, baby.
Yeah, let's get ready.
Finally here. Yeah. I love it.
First down. Where's that whistle? Where's that whistle?
With that whistle,
Yeah.
man, I can't find that whistle.
You can't find that whistle?
Ah, there it is. I gotta get out of here. How do you get out of here?
Just
we
boot
go.
it.